When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the Wild. Septum Sin versus the Wild. Septum Sin versus the Wild. Septum Sin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching Septum Sen vs. the World. I'm Septum Sen, this is Kotobuki Jake,
Hey.
and we're going to show you what we got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Alright. Any case, we got some pickups this time. We're going to run through pretty quickly, and we'll move on.
Yes, I think this might actually be a quick video. I don't have an enormous amount to say, which is good, because if you saw the previous one, my voice isn't what it should be.
Plus, we have an hour-long vlogcast to
Yes.
film after this.
Hopefully by then my aloe juice will be nice and chilled, which will be nice. But anyway, so my theme this week is Blu-rays I picked up for $1 or $2 at the library.
A good theme.
It's a good theme. Yes, we were just talking in our new items videos. Obviously, anytime you talk about conversions, like, will it be worth converting it? I'm like, yeah, if I can get it cheap enough, hell yeah, if it takes up less space on the shelf, you know. But the first one is one that I took forever to get. I kind of dithered and kind of just didn't get around to. And it's probably just as well that I didn't, especially given revelations that have come to light since then about the man. But as, if nothing else, an historical document and a good bit of music. I did want to have the documentary about Michael Jackson's final tour, or what was going to be his final tour, which is called
yes.
This Is It. And so I got the 3D enhanced edition. Like I said, for $1, I couldn't turn that down. I've seen this, and it actually is a good video. I mean, it's a good movie. Say what you will about the man, he could sing, and he was a good song maker. It's just he was kind of creepy and
Well, talent does not necessarily...
Yeah.
Great things, terrible things, but great all the same.
right. Oh wait, no, this is a promo copy. That's even better. As a collector, I love getting promo copies. But yeah, that's just like I said, that was worth $1.
Well, my first one is one that is the sequel to one I presented a long time ago.
Right.
And that is Lazer Team 2, which is done by Rooster Teeth. It has a cameo by Corey, who is Double Toasted's main person. So for Corey Coleman, for those of you who actually are Double Toasted people who do watch us, I might have one or two of you. You should definitely get these two movies. I know one of these two has a guest appearance by him in it, so you might want that. Lazer Team is essentially a alien race wants to destroy everything, very Rick and Morty like, and they send down, they train this warrior up to defeat the evil aliens, and they send down this specialty gear, which is meant to go on one person. But, unfortunately, the gear lands in the wrong place, and about 4 idiots get a hold of one piece of the gear each. And this takes place after they've saved the world, but the aliens want revenge. So, we get to follow their continued adventures and their dysfunctional as heck nature. It's entertaining. It's a fun film. I enjoy both of the films. Nothing great, but nothing terrible either.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one I have is one that I have not seen, and I've not read the books, and I'm not very familiar with it, but it looked amusing, and I know it's aimed at a younger audience, so I may end up watching this and going, oh my god, what am I watching? But at the very least, I thought it was worth picking up, and it might turn out to be quite good. And that is the movie The Spiderwick Chronicles.
It was decent.
Yeah. Does come with a lot of special features. So I'm curious about that. Yeah.
There's a kid in it that reminds me of a young Keanu Reeves.
Oh, dear God.
Yep.
Well, Freddie Highmore, Mary Louise Parker, Nick Nolte, and David Strathairn, voices of Seth Rogen and Martin Short. Yeah, if nothing else, that's a pretty interesting cast.
It's entertaining.
Right. Good times.
Alright, this one here is a classic to you horror buffs out there.
Huh.
Evil Tunes. They wanted to bring the whole concept of Roger Rabbit into the horror field. Many people who saw Roger Rabbit thought it was a horror film. It's not as much as they would like. Basically, this evil tune comes to life out of a cursed book and possesses somebody. And then we get to see the rest of the movie as the possessed person doing the killing. None of the actual tune really being seen except for the beginning and the end. So keep that in mind. It's an okay horror film. It's a classic in the genre. And it did do some things that were kind of cool, but definitely underutilized. I'd love to see them try and remake this so that they could actually use, with the budget that they'd need to do this right.
All right. My next two are actually ones that not only did I get them for $1, I got brand new copies for $1. I love it. This one is one that it caught my attention mainly because I work in a library and certain authors come over the desk again and again and again, and I've got a list of them. I'm going to have to read this person one day so I can talk with the customers and all that kind of stuff. And one of them on that list is Jojo Moyes. But I know that Jojo Moyes is more in the sort of chick flicky sort of genre. So it's not top of my list. But when I saw an opportunity to get a copy of her film Me Before You, I was like, what the hell? You know, Emilia Clarke's really cute. Sam Claflin. I believe Sam Claflin's the guy who starred in the Lethal Weapon series, if I remember correctly, before he got fired for stupid behavior. It also has Brendan Coyle in it. That's cool. And Charles Dance. Okay, I did not know Brendan Coyle was in that. And why can I never remember the character he plays on Downton Abbey? It's a big one. Why can I never remember? But whatever, I'm always curious because I liked him in Downton Abbey. So that's so this will be worth looking at. I may go, oh my god, that's too, and give it to Mom, I don't know. Or it might be, but the thing that sucks is it is entirely loose in the case. And it's probably scratched all to hell, so we'll find out.
Blu-rays are sturdy, though.
Yeah,
they don't
are.
scratch as easy, and even when they do, they still play pretty well.
Right.
So you probably have a working case in.
You saying that, but if this was yours, you'd be freaking out until
I'd
you
have
saw
opened
it
and watched it.
Yes.
I'd have opened and watched it by now, so
Right.
I would definitely not have left it in there sealed like that. Alright, so this next one is one I know you need to see.
I still do, yes.
And it's a winner of the documentary, and I feel like it did not deserve the win as compared to what it was.
Not even nominated.
Won't You Be My Neighbor should have won that.
Yes.
It should have been nominated. I'm pretty sure that it was not nominated because Free Solo
Right.
would not have gotten the win if Won't You Be My Neighbor got there. I can see it technically beating the Ruth Bader Ginsburg one just because politics.
Yeah.
But there's no way this would have beaten Won't You Be My Neighbor. It's about a crazy guy who does what they call free soloing, which is he mountain climbs with no rope, just his hands. And many people die doing this because they're crazy. Yeah, this movie kind of frustrated me and made me go under why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this man is not in his right mind. He probably needs some help. But still, interesting piece. Very beautiful footage.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was climbing the dome. You know, the flat side of the dome on gosh, what is that place? The park.
Doesn't it say on the back?
Yeah, was trying to think about Yosemite.
Ah,
So, decent enough, worth a watch. If I wasn't an Oscar collector, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. I do have Won't You Be My Neighbor, which I'll just pretend that won that year.
just like most people would be pretending that any number of films won instead of Green Book.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. The last year had some dubious choices, to say the least. Anyway, speaking of dubious choices, a movie that's all about a character who makes dubious choices, and that is her MO. And it is very appropriately titled Trainwreck. This was a film by Judd Apatow, and it features Bill Hader and Amy Schumer, and also other people. Tilda Swinton, John Cena, Colin Quinn, Brie Larson, LeBron James, music by John Brion. I mean, that's a very interesting assortment of, and I believe it was written by Amy Schumer. She is one of those people who's making a name for themselves as a particular brand of humor that a lot of people either love or hate. I was extremely frustrated by the character early on. By the later part of the movie, you came to empathize and whatever. It's a pretty interesting movie, but really not as easy to watch as because some people are just do dumb stuff and get away with it for so long. But it's a very interesting film, and I did rather enjoy it. And it was more than worth getting for a buck, And like I said, brand new. I mean, you can't complain.
Not even loose in the case?
Yeah.
This next one is the sequel to a very depressing documentary that was up for an Oscar, and that is Gasland Part 2.
Oh.
Gasland Part 2 actually follows up on the original Gasland, which of course is our natural gas endeavors with fracking, and how unfortunate life is, and how little time we really have left on this planet. Yeah. But other than that, it is a very well done piece.
Yeah.
And it is stuff that probably should be known, but does kind of leave you feeling depressed and hopeless at the end.
Yeah. Shows you the train wreck that the American way of life is. Which, I'm sorry, it is.
Well, don't let anybody tell you natural gas is a clean energy source. It does a lot of damage.
Comparatively speaking, but yeah, the process. No. But anyway, enough politicking for the moment. Back to the idea that I kicked us all off with of conversions. I had a Blu-ray conversion. I believe I actually picked up the DVD of this film. I think it was one of the ones I inherited from my father when he passed. But I was more than willing to convert down to Blu-ray. I'd actually been looking for it on Blu-ray at the time. And this is a film that was an Oscar nominee. Couple of nominations. And it's a very good, very slow-moving and methodical film, but a good one, with a very long name. And that is The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, which
good film,
had a Casey Affleck was nominated for supporting actor, and I believe wasn't it up for cinematography and maybe something else. And of course, he also stars Brad Pitt, and who else is in here? You got Sam Shepard, Mary Louise Parker, Jeremy Renner, Zoe Deschanel, and Sam Rockwell. I mean, that's a pretty awesome cast there. And, yeah, like I said, it's a fairly slow-paced film, but it's gorgeous. The cinematography was really impressive. That's why I wanted it on Blu-ray. And it is the acting was really impressive. And I actually never did get around to watching that DVD copy, so I still
there
haven't
you go.
technically logged it into the collection. So I am looking forward to one day doing that. Yes.
My next to last one, I gotta double check what it is.
Ah.
Ah, it is the original Wes Craven, Hills Have Eyes. Wes Craven is a classic horror director. It's hard to say that he's classic because he really was directing well within our lifetimes. But unfortunately, movies like Scream are classic horror.
Yeah, when you think about it, oh yeah, put this in your pipe and smoke it. Scream is 23 years old.
Yeah.
23 years old now.
Now, this is 1977, so this is prior to my birth. Many people are familiar with the remake, and this is similar to that. Out in the desert, a bunch of people who are mutated by the multiple atomic bomb tests live and eat people. That's essentially the whole of it. It's not bad. I think that the pacing... This thing has a lot of pacing issues with it, which is a pet peeve of mine. It did put me to sleep the first time I watched it, which is not the way that the first film did. I mean, the remake did. So, this is one where I'm debating whether I like the remake better. But a classic, nevertheless.
And the last one, which many people do consider a classic, and this one's not as old as The Hills Have Eyes, but it's decidedly older than Scream. In fact, I think it's 10 years older. It's a movie that has come up a couple times in our Movies Galore discussions. We've kind of danced around this one, and I'm pretty sure it'll eventually get pulled forward as a choice by someone. And that is the movie Willow, which, of course, Ron Howard film featuring Val Kilmer, Warwick Davis, Billy Barty, story by George Lucas, and co-produced by Lucas. So I have not seen this movie in years. I don't remember it, but I do remember enjoying it.
See, that whole pig transformation scene freaked me out when I was young.
But this is one that we kind of, like I said, we've covered Dark Crystal, and we've covered Legend, and there's a few others kind of in that basic wheelhouse, Never Ending Stories kind of in there, and there's a lot of those that are a big part of my memories of my childhood, even though, like I said, I barely remember this. As far as Val Kilmer films from my childhood, Top Gun and Real Genius are much higher on my...
Yeah.
But I do look forward to seeing this one again, and I am very happy to finally have it.
Amazing effects and
actually,
the music for the
it's
time.
got a pretty fair number of special features, too, so that's a nice little collection. Yeah.
My last one is my big one, and that is
It is a big one.
the House Collection.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, this is an Arrow release. This is an Arrow UK release.
Oh.
Because it has two films, one of which, House 3, was released under a different name in the United States, and I don't think House 4 was ever released in the United States, but it has all four of the House movies.
That is a cool looking set.
It is an awesome looking set. It has a couple flaws. I got it off of eBay pretty cheap. And, of course, you got the original House. They released a U.S. version, just the Two Stories collection, which just has these two. And House 2. Now, these are particularly fun because they have Cheers alums in them. And the series gets less serious as it goes. You got House 3, which is the horror show. Then you have House 4, which kind of just goes back to their roots, which is the possession. Now,
Is it the possession or the repossession?
yeah, the repossession.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of special features for each one. And they have some uncut editions of some of the films.
Let me have a look real quick.
And they have a really awesome book that comes with this. But the best part is that those are not Region B Blu-rays. Those are Region Free Blu-rays. Even though they say they're Region B, they play on American Blu-ray players. So I was able to watch all 4 of those downstairs.
That's a cool... I want that set.
It is sadly out of print, but you can get them separately
Is that a
pretty
hardcover book?
cheaply. Yeah.
Holy crap. That
That is a very nicely done set.
Yeah.
And I actually really like the original 2 House movies a lot.
Yeah.
There were some of the few horror movies I could watch as a child without freaking out. And
It's too bad
or
they
horror
didn't-
comedies.
It's too bad they didn't keep up the Cheers theme, though.
But
They could have had Dan Hedaya in the 3rd one, and I don't know, Jay Thomas in the 4th one.
but you talk about upconverting. I had the plain Jane DVDs of these, two of these, and I upconverted to the Blu-rays. And Arrow's really good transfer, really good quality.
Good times.
Well, that's it for today's pickup show. I hope you've all enjoyed. Of course,
Yeah.
like, subscribe, and share, because we'll be seeing you
Yep.
on the next one.
Goodbye.